So, I have just played 3 symphonies last week. So, this. First movement, second, third, and fifth.
It's just first, second, and third.
Okay, there's a good solo in the fifth movement. With a, it is not exactly a solo; it is with the principal flute. But I suggest you to give a look, just in case you have to play that, because it's important to. It's not very difficult, but it's difficult for the intonation with the principal. Okay. Can you tell me your name again?
Agata.
Agata. Agata, can you play once again?
Sure.
Okay, Agata. I think that this passage has, for now, 2 big problems. One, the short notes. The short notes, they are very, very short, but they have to be resonant. So, don't move with the embouchure. It's very difficult. Stay still. Much better.
Yeah.
Much better. And have a resonance inside of it. Okay? More resonance inside of oral cavity, inside of your mouth. And better is it. Don't move it much. Perfect. Can you play that? Okay. Much better.
Yeah.
It's more clean and so on. The D is a little sharp. Okay, good. You know, it is forte, and you played forte, but there is a crescendo on the tree. It is very difficult to play a crescendo if you play at your maximum. So I suggest to you, think a crescendo, think an accent on the following note. Yatta. Okay, tempo. Much better. Okay. Okay. It is forte, loud, but non fortissimo. And you know, after a while, this is the same solo is played by the first violin, and the violin has a different character, slightly more gentle, not so violent. Be a little more educated. Okay.
From the beginning?
From the beginning. Perfect. Very good. Okay. Don't be too much. you have to be very resonant before the brass.
Yeah.
There is it's forte for the brass section until your entrance. If they are good, they have to play piano immediately after your entrance, but sometimes. So it means that you have to be very, very loud in the first bar, and the rest a little less. More articulate. Taka taka ta, taka taka ta. Okay. Try to have a beautiful sound anytime. Okay, resonance, but don't. There is a limit. The limit of the loud sound is the beautiful sound. When you play a bad sound, this is not a forte. Okay, so try to have a very the sound full of brightness. Good, and don't forget to play the triplets exactly. Ta-ka-ta-ta, ka-ta-ka-ta, ka-ta-ka-ta, not drop. Ka-ta-ka-ta, tip-tip-tap, and any times that you can find. Good. Second movement. Okay. For first, there are a big discussion for the interpretation of this movement. The original tempo by Shostakovich is 144. It is much easier. Some book in some book is written 88 or 84 or 20, but generally now we try to respect the 120, 126, and no slower. Okay, can you play? Agata, the main problem here is the breathing. You cannot breathe if you your breathing is not large enough. Try to breathe slowly. When you want to take a big quantity of air, you breathe slowly. It's not. And open your chest, opening even your elbows. I mean, if you stay there, you block a little the breathing. Stay more large. It's easier. Larger. Arise exactly the elbows. try again. Listen, try without vibrato. Play vibrato until the last note, and stay still. It is not a melody. It's a very, very cold moment. It's a remembrance of the first solo at the beginning, at the opening of the movement. One, two, three, 4. Take time now. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, prepare the embouchure for B. Take time. More time you take, more is easy. If you it's very difficult. And then you can go. Generally, I'm able to play without this breathing from here until the end, and I'm a 57. So it means that if I can, you can better. It's only a matter of a good breathing, and even you have to save any drop of your air. So, in my opinion, you play too loud. It's piano. Nobody can cover you because there is only the cellos under you, so they're very deep, very, very low, and then play very soft. Brava. Brava. 1, 2. Soft. 2. Save air. 3. Don't vibrate. 4. 5. Pull out the air. Much better. Much better. And above all, listen. Try to have more tension in your abdominal muscles. When in the final note, to have a very stable note, don't close your chest. Don't close your chest. You cannot manage it. You cannot be open and blow from your abdominal muscle. The last time.
Okay, sure. The third movement is not so important. It is very difficult. It is important, but I cannot give you any suggestion. So I point my attention, your attention in this movement. It is important that you practice daily breathing exercises. It's the best and the quick system way to improve your tone, your playing, and even to play longer. Having more air inside of you, it is not only for a longer phrase, it's for a better playing. Because more air means that you have more natural support. Natural, so without pulling out the air with the muscles, it's a natural. So the control could be very, very Much better.
yeah, better. Huh? Okay, the third movement. I think that you played a wrong note.
Well,
Yeah.
here in this edition we have A, but it says we can like switch it to A flat or A.
No,
I
it's
think
A.
Okay.
This is
Sorry.
okay, play once. Because the other time
Yeah.
is C flat and A flat.
Yeah.
But here is C
A.
natural and A natural. Okay? Sorry, it's A flat. It's a misprinting. This is a C natural and a C flat. That's it, right? But this is a flat and a E. The same. Sorry.
Oh,
Okay. You are using it for Okay. Good, bravo. Very good. Very good. It's not easy. Some 2 or 3 suggestions. For first, when the first
The
the beginning is a piano.
Mhm.
Is a piano not only the first 6 note, even the 7th, the F sharp. Don't do that.
Mhm.
Prepare the embouchure for the F sharp. The F sharp is very difficult. It's a hard note in the Piccolo. It's very hard.
Okay.
And so you have to play with a smaller hole here. It's too large.
Okay.
Try to play with a smaller hole. Perfect. Right. Stop. Good. Good. A little more staccato. Prepare. Brava. And the crescendo. Very good. Now with the A flat.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
Was good. Was good. Very good. Because 90% of the time I cannot hear a good piano versus a good forte. I mean, good piano at the beginning and then good forte at the end. And generally, it's quite the same. But now you play it with the right dynamic. And second suggestion, can you play the second part, please? Yeah, good. I think that all is very good. Only you move too much the embouchure and your soft. The piccolo is a very sensitive instrument. Any small movement can ruin the focusing of the sound, the focus of the sound. So stay still. Okay, and good. Practice a little the scales to be perfect. But my congratulations, very good, high level in the Piccolo. My recommendation: play easy melody. You have a good attitude for the technique. All is okay, fantastic. But when you have to have a long note, have more problem. It means that probably, I don't know because I don't know you. It's my first time, but probably you play a lot of notes. Sometimes with the piccolo, the most difficult things are not these passages. Then the most difficult thing, especially during a real performance, is the long. And it is not only a matter of the technique. It's a matter to be used to have an expression in the long. So it is good for the flute, but especially for the piccolo, to play easy melody at the end of the daily routine. At the end of the daily routine. This is my best suggestion. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Maestro, what kind of piccolo do you play?
I have a Kiev piccolo. A Kiev piccolo. Okay. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Jennifer.
Jennifer. What did you prepare, Jennifer?
I have Mother Goose and Ravel piano concerto and Tchaikovsky, but I'm thinking maybe not for this room. Up to you.
Okay, Tchaikovsky 4.
Yes.
Okay, this is an audition.
I didn't know that mine was so different from everyone
Okay,
else's.
perfect. Good. Can I play once again? This is a solo. Is a question. So, is this a solo or with another instrument?
Oh, cello.
A cello.
Yeah.
So. It's a bit different that play. In the music, the importance of each note is not the same.
Right.
Don't play completely flat.
Okay.
Give it a sense. Give a direction to the melody. Good, much better. Much better. Just in case that you play in a real performance, give a look to the movement of the bow of the cello.
Okay.
Because it's to play it together, it's quite difficult because you are very far from the cellist. So try to give a look to the movement of the arm and the bow. Okay? Okay. That's all. Okay, Jennifer. Good. What is the dynamic for this
Piano.
piano? Why? Ravel wrote that. The original work is not for orchestra. The original work is for piano for hands. And it's very easy to be. The piano is homogeneous, and but when Ravel transcribed made an orchestration, this is a problem because he put a stupid glockenspiel, then absorb your sound. So you have to play with the color of the piano, the color of the piano, but with more resonance. Otherwise, it's impossible to hear you. Try to. sharp C sharp, please. This is a fourth. It must be exactly in tune.
Okay.
You know, when this interval is in tune, probably all the melody will be in tune.
Okay.
It's out of tune, all will be out of tune. Okay?
Okay.
You know, again. Exactly. Stay, play more inside of the instrument.
Yeah. Okay.
Much better for the intonation. Now it's in tune. Always
Yeah.
in tune.
Okay.
Very good.
Yeah.
Good. And listen, another thing. In the original composition for piano, four hands, the pianist has a the resonance, the pedal resonance present. It means that it's written with the dot, very short. But the original sounds as tira tira dum tira dum dum tira tira dara tira dum tira 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 dum tira 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 dum tira tira dum dum. So some conductor want to play very short, other want to play a bit longer to imitate the sound of the piano with the resonant. So try to play a little longer. Good. When you go down, play a little louder. Otherwise, it's impossible to hear it.
Right. Okay.
Think as a crescendo, quite a crescendo. Okay, don't forget to play inside the instrument.
Yeah.
And at the end, the last suggestion, play with this sense. Para para pam pam. First phrase. Tara tara tam tara tam. Tara tara ta. Tara tira 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 ta. Tira tara 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 ta. Ya para pa. Tara tara tira tira ta. Tira tara 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 ta. There is not an accent as a Shostakovich. Para biri pa pira pa para biri para bira pa para 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 para. It's a vocal accent. Yara para pa. Yara para para pira pa yara para 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 para. Can you play a bit louder? Thank you. Can you play a bit louder? No, open the sound. Don't force the sound. Open the sound. It's a bit different. If you force, immediately the color is forte. Open the sound. More resonance. No more force. Right. Good. Very good. Very good. Good. Bravo. Okay. Okay, very fair. For first, what is the tempo?
It says here 116.
No. The Ravel wrote that. What is the tempo?
Allegramento. Is that what you're
Allegramento.
asking?
what is the difference between allegro and allegramente? You have to know the Italian very well. It is quite difficult. And probably the Ravel knew the Italian language. The allegro is only a tempo. I mean, allegramente is a feeling. Is with the joy, with the happiness. Okay, so it is not only a fast movement. It's a feeling. So try to play again with the joy. You are too much a word. Okay. This is another mistake by Ravel. No, I mean, you know, you are alone, completely alone. This is the melody. This is the main phrase, and the piano, Steinway grand piano, open in front of the people. You are 10 meters behind them, and you have to play this melody, this phrase in the first octave with the grand piano that are playing forte too. It is a challenge. It is not forte. It's the maximum volume that you have. And in the allegramente feeling. So you have not to play ta 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 ta. This is not with joy. This is with the desperation. This is desperate. So enlarge your sound, Jennifer. For that, try to play this measure continuously. Try that. Play legato. Legato. Thank you. Legato.
Slurred?
Exactly. Can you play slower? And repeat. Enlarge your sound. Stop. Jennifer, this is the maximum. Maybe that I am not clear. You have to play your maximum volume that you have.
Okay.
Put more air, please. Begin. We are only at the beginning. Do it. No. Listen. What's happening? It's happening. It's only an instrument. Okay. Spring? It's blocked. You can see it. Okay. Good. Good. Thank you. More. More. Good. Not less of that. Okay. Now détaché, please. Same thing. Longer. Da 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 dee dee da da. More. Good. Détaché with the double tonguing. Good. Faster. Taka, 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 tika, taka, 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 taka. No. Same a lesson of that.
Okay.
Remember,
Yeah.
Steinway, piano,
Yeah.
a lot of sound. The pianist want to be the soloist, but you are the soloist. Okay, and listen, Jennifer, the accent now. Can you play that? Are you giving the accent? Are you playing with the accent?
Yes, but
I
maybe
cannot.
not.
I cannot hear. In a real performance, you have to say that the piano has the accent too. So you can play with enormous accent, but nobody can hear that. But in an audition, you have to be able to play with the accent.
Okay.
Okay. Ha, ha, ha. A very strong accent from your abdominal muscle. Stay open here. Oh. If you close your throat, you can give a good stroke with your abdominal muscle, but it's not possible to play an accent. Be free here. Okay? Okay, well, it is only I have to give you more and more. It is not enough.
Okay.
Do better. With more energy, immediately. Okay. Good. Once again. Ta ta. Okay, and don't when you play the accent, probably you enlarge too much your hole here.
Okay.
It is good for the accent, but don't forget to reduce immediately for the low note. If you play with a too large hole here, the result will be okay. Last time for the beginning. Good. The first G is very important. There is the ta 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 ta, and the sound of the affect your soul. And the first two notes, ta 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 ta, especially the G, must be very loud. And a bit of a Tchaikovsky. No, don't worry for me. I'm it's 30 years that I teach the fourth by Tchaikovsky. I have to play again in 1 month. Okay, good. Right, good. From the beginning. Okay, do you play with a normal finger? Yeah, not with the tree.
Right.
You play with the normal. Exactly. I suggest some people suggest to play with the three G and A. Da-dee-da. You understand?
No.
No, I mean, sorry. other, but I think that especially if you have not to play tomorrow, but you have to play for an audition, months, you have a time to practice the normal fingering, with the normal fingering. Why? Because it's you are more accurate. The intonation, the sound is much better, and it is a great gymnastic. It's really. Can you imagine to play the Iber concerto third movement with the alternative fingering? Can you imagine to play the Prokofiev sonata with the alternative fingering? No. And why? With the Piccolo, yes. No. It's a matter only to practice it. You were very good. Nothing to say. The solo, please. Yeah. Okay. One of the most common mistake is to start in a tempo and to finish in another.
Right.
If you play ta-ta, this is your tempo. You have no chance to play different, to play. And generally, a lot of people, as you, play in accelerando. It's not possible to understand really the tempo. So imagine the clarinet before that. No faster. Better. 2, 1. Good. Very good. And this is the right tempo. Okay? Maybe some conductor want faster or slower sometimes. But in an audition, for my experience, the most important thing is this, that you are very stable. Very stable. This is the message is I'm stable, I can do anything, but with a very good tempo, without. The only thing, the dynamic is piano. Okay, it is not a color. For example, the Bolero by Ravel must be really pianissimo. Here, you are solo. You can play not piano, but you can play mezzo piano quite, mezzo forte. It's good. The only thing, when you go at the A flat, the high A flat, don't explode. Don't make an explosion in a try to play more homogeneous. Don't play a crescendo there. And for now, a little lower. Only to check the dynamic. Yeah. Once again, it's difficult. Sorry, re for me. Da-dee-dee-dee-dam. Play a little more. Yeah. Do you play with a long position? I mean, do you play this one?
Yes.
Yeah, do it. Ta 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 ta. Only this. Don't close too much here. Stay stable. Yeah. Can you play with a smaller hole here? Okay. More support. From the beginning. Yeah, you have practice arpeggios. Practice arpeggios. Practice arpeggio Maurice, for example, daily exercise, or even Tafone. And try to have legato, staccato, several articulations with a very homogeneous sound. Sometimes you have to think a diminuendo when you go up and the crescendo when you go down, so to be very homogeneous. But try to practice that, because there is a small lack of control when you have to play that.
Yeah.
But the mechanism was excellent. Good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello. Hi, nice to meet you. Your name?
Joanna.
Joanna, what did you prepare?
The Rossini Semiramide.
Oh, Italian music. Rossini. Okay. 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 And play all the parts, and then we start again. And the other part?
I just didn't prepare those
All this one?
Yes.
No, the okay, good. This is a part for an audition or not? Do you have to practice? Do you have to play in an audition,
Yes.
specific audition, and this part is the part that they send?
Yeah, for
You?
video recording. Yeah.
Okay, because in the critical new part of Rossini, there is Rossini edition. This is all staccato.
Oh.
Taka 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 ta. It's not tirarara. And normally we play staccato. Right? So I suggest you to play the material that they send you, and don't change it, but practice even the staccato. It is good even to control perfectly the last movement of the measure. Okay?
Okay.
Once again. Now, legato. As a split. Okay. Listen. It's a long note. Da, da, da. It's not. Taka, 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 taka. It's not that. No? It's a melody. You have to play staccato and so on, but without accent and without sense of violence. With a smile. It's a very. I played all the opera, and this melody arrived at the end. Is a tragic melody. It's very difficult to, and there's in 3/4. Taga 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 tika taga tar. Taga 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 tika taga tarim. Taga 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 tika taga tarim. It's a little, very very disturbing. Okay. F sharp, G, A. Yeah, da-dim. Exactly. The point, the highest point of this segment is a ta da da. Don't play ta da da da. Okay. Ta. Once again.
With the longer?
Louder. Once again. Okay, Joanna, close the A's and don't help the locket. Try it. I'm doing a very slow movement.
Okay.
I have to put my lips a little forward. And then play the D. This movement is before the D. If you play if you move the lips exactly in the moment of you need to play the D, it's too late. Try to do it. Ta. Do it. It is not easy. Play a little more the A. Good. Okay. Good. Good. So this is a good exercise. Okay. I don't want to ask you again, but do that. It's important. And practice a perfect legato. We practice a lot the staccato, the double tonguing, and so on. And we don't practice a perfect legato. Do it. Okay, now with the staccato, with the as the original, the text. Okay, can you play once again with the perfect double tonguing, especially the first two or three? Taga 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 taga. Think to move your tongue and throat before to play that. A long note, please. I need the same sound. There is no reason to play a worse sound because you play double tongue. Don't move anything. Only small movement of the tip of your tongue and the bottom part of your tongue. Taka, 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 taka. Yeah. Think longer. Taka, taka, taka. Good. 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 Regular. Okay, practice a little. The double tongue is not regular. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Good, Joanna. Listen, Joanna, there is a reason that you play the F sharp without the pinky.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody told me before that it was easier to tongue it without.
Maybe in some, probably, it depends. Probably in some instrument it's right. Try with and without. With. Okay. I don't think that there is a law about to play with it. I think, for example, in the flute, the F natural without the pinky is generally good. The F sharp in a conical, it depends from the resonance inside of the instrument. Check it carefully. There is not a law from God that can say do with the pinky or do without. It is only a matter of a better sound, or a better W timing, for example. Check it. Don't forget to play the D without and the E with. Okay, this is important. Sorry, it is. I cannot feel it very right, really right. Taka 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 taka. Okay, don't forget it. During the audition, there is nobody to talk or a metronome and so on. There is not that. So you have, but the jury, all of them have a metronome inside, and can say this is stable, this is not stable. Good in the rhythm too. I like it. 2 or 3 things. 1, do you play ta-ta-kata or do you play kata-kata?
I do kata-kata.
Kata-kata?
Yeah.
That's good. Only be regular, even here. Second, you know, the transition between the Baroque music and the Romantic music in the middle of the Europe is the time for the classicism. Okay, my English is so terrible. But you understand. Haydn, Mozart, Beethoven. And during this period, the writing of the music had a lot of improvement, with especially from the dynamic. You know, no dynamic in the Baroque music, not a lot. But in the Mozart, in the Beethoven, in Haydn, a lot of piano, mezzo forte, forte, and so on. In the Italian music, the operatic music above all, they, especially Rossini, they wrote so fast. All the Barber from Sevilla was written in, I think that 1 month and a half. Very, very fast. So no time to write a lot of articulation, a lot of dynamic. The style and the music can give you important suggestion for the dynamic. The progressions, if there is an ascending progression, play a bit of a crescendo. It is natural. It is in the style of this music. Rossini in the Semiramide brought the piano at the beginning and the forte when all the orchestra entrance. The entrance of all the other instruments here at H. Even this crescendo is not original. It's only piano and forte, but it has no sense in one dynamic. Give it this sense from here now. No, kata kata. Piano, crescendo. Okay, last time, and once again. if you close something inside of you, it doesn't speak. Huh? Stay large. No, you cannot breathe there because you are with the first violins, and they don't breathe. And if you breathe there, you are not synchronized with the violin. Okay, last thing, and you have to play once again from the beginning. The forte in Rossini is quite all the time forte piano. Ta 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 ta. Otherwise, it's not possible. The melody. Sometimes the melody is in the cello, on and it's not possible that you can hear. So the forte is forte piano. Don't play a desperate. And in Rossini, mezzo forte is enough. No, especially if you play in the opera. I mean, this is an overture. Sometimes you play with a very large orchestra. When you play during the opera as overture, during a real performance in the opera, the orchestra is smaller, and so you don't need that to have a big sound. No? Okay, from the beginning, last time. Solo. Okay, Joanna, it's the same tempo. It is not the second movement. It is the same. Not four notes without sense, without a direction. Bram 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 pa. It's not bram 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 pa. And the A, quite a forte piano. Crescendo, forte piano and piano. No. Don't change the tempo. Don't change the tempo. Stop. You rush a little. Tira. Otherwise, you can play faster. All must be faster. The sense, the musical sense is ram pam tam tam ta, tira ti tara ta ta, tira ti tam, and finally your solo. Okay, so these three steps must be very clear. Tam 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 ta, first step. Second, third, and finally the opening of the piccolo and the opening and the joy of the piccolo. It is so high. Para, 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 para. This is not so. Sorry. This is only for joking. Pram 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 pa. Sorry for the voice. Yeah. Excuse me. Once again. It is too much sostenuto. Taratata. Taratata. Forte piano. All the time. Tap, 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 tap. And okay, and you can prepare the entrance of the orchestra. The entrance is the piano. So you can play with a small diminuendo. And another thing, you played with a different articulation. Can you play? No. Ta-ti-ya-ta. Exactly. You played with a titia, tia-ta-ta. Titia, 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 tia-ta-ta. You played that.
Okay.
But it's written right. Titia, 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 titia-ta.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay. Okay, good. So, sign that because otherwise we'll be wrong even in the audition.
Yeah.
Okay, all is clear?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We have the last one. What time is it?
6:12.
6?
12.
12. Okay. Shostakovich,
Yes.
Kim.
Yes.
Nice to meet you,
Nice to
Kim.
meet you. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay.
You know, probably this is the longest piccolo solo in the repertoire. Oh, really?
It is
It's
long.
true.
It is long.
Generally the piccolo solos are very, very short. We have not a big solo as the Daphne Clo with the flute or l'après-midi, the afternoon. This is the longest.
All right.
Okay. Solo. Brava. Kim, you know, general speaking, this is the dynamic is piano, but the piano must be the same piano, for example, of the
piccolo clarinet,
Okay.
because you know in the middle there is the piccolo clarinet and the
Right.
bassoon. So it is not a real piano.
Mhm.
Don't think a small sound.
Okay.
Think the piano is very important because you have to give more energy in the accent.
Mhm.
In this solo, Shostakovich wrote accent and sforzato immediately below, both. It means that he wanted a very, very energetic
Mhm.
point of a sound, an explosion. So, from the beginning, please.
Okay.
It's the most difficult thing is to continue the phrase of the first and second flute,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
it's the most when you are alone. It is not so difficult, but
When you're playing.
take the phrase from the flute for
Okay.
intonation, for the exact timing.
Okay. And it's a slight accelerando through
It is
it,
a
right?
slight,
Just a little bit.
very a little bit,
Okay.
not a lot.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, Kim. This is only, and all the time I wondering myself why I have to play with the so low elbows. It's not possible to read at all, and the breathing is our sound. Even as someone can limit yourself, open. If you open, not a lot, but you can have more freedom
Mhm.
to open your chest and then to have more sound,
Okay.
natural sound. Good. So first, Kim, can you play the innuendo? At the beginning, ta-da-da-da-da-da-dee-da-dee. It's not that. Ta-da-da-da-dee-da-dee-da. Ya-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-pira-para-pa-para-para. No. Good.
Sorry.
Okay.
There's a little gap.
Listen. Where is your embouchure?
Where is it?
Yeah, where is it?
Like in
Where is your nose?
specifically?
So it's my nose is here. No, I mean, during the flute, we tend to have to imagine the embouchure, this one. Okay? Imagine the piccolo embouchure here. Don't move
Okay.
a lot. Only the tip of the lips. And you have to arrive to push a little forward the tip of the lip when you play the innuendo until the A. And a little the movement of the jaw too, but very, very, very little. Good. Can you play A, E? Louder A and softer E. Ta. No, slowly. Ta.
With vibrato. or
With
without?
the diminuendo without vibrato. Good. Louder, the A. Louder, hold, and piano. Good. Do it.
In it. In the phrase.
Yeah.
I know that you play all the notes very well. So I haven't to say anything about your mechanism. So I try to say something about your the embouchure, the movement, the quality of the sound. Please take a moment to practice a little the perfect legato of this phrase. Do-ra-ra-ra-ro-ra-dee-dee-da. The beginning you have to play forte, otherwise you have not mi fa. Can you play an A? No, A. Sorry, E. Sorry, not
The
A.
low E.
Yeah, the low E. Louder, louder, louder. Can you play more inside? If you want to have a strongest low note, please try to play more near this edge.
Okay.
And you have two ways for that. One is that. Closing. It's clear that it's not the right way. Okay. The second is going down with your Joe, chin, and focusing the sound with the sound with the lips. From here to better. Go down. So sorry. Go down, down, down. Even listen.
Oh.
A little. Okay. Practice a little of that. And then from forte to piano. Sorry. I miss the support. Good now. Okay, it was not the legato, but the first part of the phrase was very good. Okay, good. It's quite easy to make a good accent here. Here is more difficult. Can you play that?
The lower one?
Yeah. Exactly. Stay open inside of you. If you close the resonance space inside of you, it's impossible. No, I cannot. Exactly. Who was the first? It's the same. It's the same. A great resonance inside of you. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same because I can produce a sound for the inner resonance. The resonance side is the same. If there is a good resonance, it's a good space, it's easy to give an accent. Otherwise, no chance.
Keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. Think this is accent sforzato, but in the piano. It means that it's forte piano.
Okay.
If you play ta-da-da-da-da, it's difficult, it's too loud, and it's difficult to hear the accent.
Mm-hmm.
Ta, ta. Okay, okay. The fingers are very good, but I cannot hear even enough for the accent.
Okay.
Can you play it slowly?
Mm-hmm.
No. This is less important. This is very important. Okay, don't do that. It's not useful. Okay. When I wanted to give this kind of accent, my tongue is on the palate.
Okay.
It's not in front.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. And from
Not sure. Same thing.
yeah. No, with the sound. Ta ta ta.
Sorry.
No, this is not a real accent. More. Okay, a bit better. From the beginning.
Sorry.
Okay, good. My suggestion is to practice the accent, especially for that. It is not the idea is not a kind solo. It's a very sarcastic. As a dog.
More aggressive.
Exactly. Do you have the fourth movement too?
I have it in here, but
This one.
oh, I didn't prepare this one, but I have played it before.
Yeah.
I can play it if you would like.
Okay.
Okay.
Do it.
I just haven't done it in some time, so.
First, do you know? This symphony is the Shostakovich Requiem. It was composed the three armies was around Berlin: the Soviet, the English, and the American army. And it was clear that the war will be finished in a few days, and the Berlin was completely destroyed. The American, English, and Soviet troops are discussing who will be the first to enter in Berlin. So Shostakovich wanted to write a symphony, started before, and all the Soviet head, the Soviet boss, was expecting a very triumphal symphony. We are the winner, and now the Nazism was destroyed, and Shostakovich was not the same idea. The Shostakovich gave a side to the million of people died, and this is the requiem for them. Especially the fourth movement. I love it, this movement. The fourth movement is there is a passacaglia, and this is a field full of people dead. And some, as in any field of a battle, there are people died, and even people not completely dead. This is they are the people that asking for help. So before the horn, before Piccolo, clarinet, this is a very important moment, very important moment. Don't think technically.
Okay.
Be inspired from that. Prepare the G sharp. Prepare in your imagination. It is so dark, and immediately G sharp from a piccolo. It's written pianissimo. It means that is only a very small light in the darkness. Prepare again. No, listen. There. Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. I don't know what's happening, but the right. Okay. And sorry for the voice. I need help. It's not tita to tita ta. Thank you. Don't breathe before.
Don't breathe. Okay.
Don't breathe.
Keep going. Okay.
And this chromaticism. Ti ta to ti ta to ta ti ta ti ta to ta ti ta. It's very important. It's a direction.
Okay. Beginning.
The second time.
The second,
I mean. of notes. I mean, ta 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 ti ti ta 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 ta. It's not ta 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 ta.
Okay.
It's difficult to explain. It's easy if I try to sing or to imitate. Ta 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 ta, with a great sorrow.
Okay.
With a great sorrow. Okay, don't be late.
Late.
Because the passacaglia, the theme in the bass, cannot wait for you.
Okay. Same thing.
Okay. Okay, don't play too much ritardando, too much rallentando,
Okay.
because the principal flute will continue, and he or she has the a real rallentando, not you. It is only the beginning of a rallentando. So, ti ta ti 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 ta 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 ti ta.
Okay.
Okay, much better. When you there is this passage. Inside of each movement of the bar, each movement must be very regular.
Okay.
But inside you can be a little free.
Okay.
Ta ti ta 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 ti ta 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 ti ta ta. No, you have to play a regular group, but the expression
Okay.
requires that you are a bit more elastic. Huh?
Okay.
From the beginning, last time.
Very beginning.
Yeah. Another thing, Kim.
Yeah.
In the perfect legato. Sorry. Ta 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 ta. Not something of different. Yeah. Good. Expression. Piano. Much better. Huh? Don't forget to practice this solo. This is not only solo, it is even a great exercise for the quality of the sound, the legato, the focusing of the low notes and so on. It's a great exercise.
Yeah.
So time by time, even you have not to play in some audition and so on. This is a great test for your sound and for your musicality too. It is a great solo. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank
Kim.
you.
I think that we have a few minutes for some question or other curiosity or so on.
Tell us about your instrument.
Sorry?
Tell us about your instrument.
My personal instrument?
Yes.
Oh, it is Piccolo.
And the voyage. Voyage you got to that place to find that.
I won my position in the orchestra with a German instrument, and Philip Hamy instrument. Since 1985, maybe, was 85, 84, 85, I don't remember. Zubin Mehta was our principal conductor until 1 month ago. From this year, the principal conductor is Fabio Luisi. And Zubin Mehta was the former principal conductor at the Los Angeles Philharmonic Orchestra, New York Philharmonic, and so he had and still has an idea of the sound of the orchestra with a very good power, the sound. So my German instrument was not good for this idea of this orchestra. So I started to play with the Brannan Piccolo. The Brannan Piccolo. I bought my first Brannan Piccolo in 1988, and for that time I changed a lot of piccolos, but always Brannan, and then after the 2000 Kiev Piccolo. This is a Kiev Piccolo. It's absolutely normal piccolo, but with with the gold rings. Only to spend a little more.
Yeah.
It has some options, as the trill B C sharp. With this trill, you can play the trill, the trill of the third octave G A. Otherwise, it's not possible to play on the piccolo. Before that, I played every time that this written a G A trill with the G A flat. But nobody told me something. No, really, no Claudio Abbado, no Zubin Mehta, no very great conductor. I think that when you are at the top, and it is not in a solo, it is only in a tutti. And then you play in the tutti, nobody is able to recognize the exact intonation of the trill. And I was lucky for that. And I have just a new instrument, arrived 2 weeks ago. It's in the first period. I have to play it very not a lot. Only in the first month, not more than 30 minutes and so on. So I decided to travel with my old, it is not so old, but older instrument, old Kiev. The new instrument has a venting C, a small hole here on the C. Why? It is a small. It is above all for the intonation of the G. The high G generally is flat on the piccolo, and when you have a piano or pianissimo on the high G, and it is difficult to arrive at the 440 or 442 as in my orchestra, so you can open this small hole and always okay. And the other option is F sharp brossa. It is a small bottom here. When you play it, you press only this one, without pressing that, without closing even that, for the F sharp. Only this. This is special for the F sharp of the third octave. I have the final note in the first movement of Lieberman, for example, long F sharp, or even, for example, the final note in the 10th by Mahler. Mahler started to write the 10th symphony, only one movement, not complete with that. And the last final note of the piccolo is F sharp. So this is other option. I don't know it is good or not. I think that the trill C, B, C sharp, it is good. It's very good for, but sometimes you have to play at the beginning very, very, very short time, because this is 5 small holes. It is to have a crack. That because there are 5 small, very, very close. So there are some good, other things less good.
We have a question from Facebook.
Oh.
The question is, what are your secrets for blending within the section in the orchestra?
For blending with other.
Blending with the orchestra and with the flute section. And
Oh, I hope to have a good colleague.
yeah.
No, good colleague means that are good with me, so help me to blend with them. No, I think that for first it is a matter of a color of the sound. You know, many conductors want the piccolo play very, very soft. Why? Because the color is so bright that cannot blend with the other instrument. So the piccolo is too loud, less. When you stop it, it's good. Because and when you stop, it's good. Because, but the problem is not the dynamic. The problem is the quality of the sound. All of my, I try to have a warmer with the body. I mean, not as a whistle. More near the flute than the whistle. I mean, so this is very important. This is very important to blend with the other instrument. Another thing, the intonation, because if you are slightly out of tune, you cannot blend with the other. So the intonation is very important. Where is the intonation? The intonation is in your mind. It is not a technique. It is not in the instrument. It is not in your lips. It is in your mind. You have to imagine the intonation, the pitch of the next note before to play it. For example, when I play the second movement of the Vivaldi concerto, I think the B when I play the A, the E. When they play the E, I think the B. Otherwise, it's not possible to play real in tune. It's a so unstable instrument. It's difficult that you are so lucky that you immediately to take the exact vibration, the exact hertz of the sound. And in the orchestra, you know, any problem with the intonation is a problem of the piccolo. This is the problem of the piccolist. So you have to be together with the oboe, clarinet, trumpet, even when they are wrong. Not only when they are right. And sometimes, so you have to imagine their sound, even their problem. No? Their problem. If you play with the clarinet, it's easy that the clarinet is a little sharper when they play pianissimo. Or it's not useful to say, I'm right, you are wrong. The problem is of the piccolist, not of the principal clarinet. So it's better. I hope that it can help. I answer the question.
I am very new to the piccolo. Can you tell us how you start your students off with good habits and what bad habits to avoid?
For first, the piccolo is not so far from the flute. So, treat the piccolo as a small flute. Okay, you have to adapt yourself to a different dimension. You have to think that the piccolo is not a cylindrical instrument, it's a conical, so even the intonation will be different and so on. But don't think that it is different instrument. It's quite as in the flute. What is the difference? I think that the support, I mean the idea of the effort that you blow the air must be a little more. So, for example, don't start playing a piano. Try to have a good sound, an open sound. Don't think that the piccolo is, you have to play the piccolo reducing something inside of you. At the contrary, you have to enlarge inside of you. Just to find a warm sound. Don't play that, but it's a big difference. If you want to play piano immediately, when you are new to the piccolo, probably you close your throat and you close the inner part of your mouth and so on. So try to have a generous sound at the beginning. I mean, try to have to play, especially in the middle, in the first octave from the G. It's quite good. In this part of it is good for a beginner, and have a good support, as I say, and practice a lot of low notes. Don't try to go in the third register. Otherwise, you know, in the book by Marcel Moïse, De la Sonorité, there are 5 sections, different chapters. One is called the long notes. Number 1, page number 6. And the second section was devoted to the low notes. There are not sections for the middle and the high notes, only the low notes. Why? Then flexibility, amplifier the sound, the sound, and the last the tone development through the easy melody. But there are a special section for the low note. It is very important because it's not possible when you play the low notes. You have to play with a lot of air, especially if you play loud. Lot of air at a low speed. At a low speed. If you close your larynx, you will increase the speed. So it is a great exercise to play, exercise to have a very relaxed larynx and the throat in general. With the piccolo, for the piccolo is very important. Do this with the piccolo. Practice low note with the piccolo. And then the flexibility. You must be flexible as in the flute, maybe more than in the flute. Maybe more in the flute, but as in the flute, if you have a tension here, if you block your embouchure, you are not flexible. You cannot move when you need. It is an art to use only the small muscles of your embouchure, only the muscles that you need, not the muscles that you don't need at all. Don't play with a smiling embouchure. Don't play that. To have this is only for having a smaller hole here. Try to have a small hole between your lips, only with the muscle of the central part of your lips, not the corner. Okay? Other question?
I know you spoke earlier about like chamberistic playing and blending with an orchestra. I have a question in regards of how you tackle a more soloistic sound with some of the newer compositions that are coming out now that are featuring the piccolo as the soloistic instrument, and versus just recorded transcription. But like how that sound is different, or if you feel a difference.
I was and I'm searching not a different sound to be a solist or in orchestra, only to have the most many colors in my instrument and a wide dynamic. I know to play with a very important sound. For example, when I play the solist, it's important, but it has no sense if you cannot play a real piano. So it is only your intelligent idea of your work that can choose. You have to choose exactly the color that you need. As I said, played the Rossini. I don't remember exactly. The Joanna. Sorry, I'm getting old, and so I forget immediately. And Joanna played the Rossini. Generally, when I play Rossini, Barber from Sevilla, or other, I don't play very loud. I don't need to play very loud. It is not a good service for the music to play loud when there is forte, because the orchestra is small. But when I played, for example, the Dies Irae by Giuseppe Verdi in the Requiem, I play louder as I play as a solist. So I don't think that there is a real difference, playing in the orchestra or playing as a solist. Yes, when you play in the orchestra, you have not a lot of real solos in the piccolo. There are very difficult passages with the other instrument. There are difficult passages for the intonation, for example. But coming back in the Rossini, the first passage that Joanna played, it is with the violins, not a real solo. When you play as a solist, you have to search much more different colors. Otherwise, playing the piccolo as a soloist is boring. Is boring. After at the beginning, so the piccolo so nice, that sound is so nice. After 5 minutes, it's nice. 10 minutes, it's the same all the time. So in the orchestra, you can survive with 1-2 colors as a solistic. If you want to be interesting, if you want to be not boring, you have to search for different colors, and the expression must be much more strong.
Thank you.
Other question or curiosity? I appreciate your question.
So with intonation on the piccolo, as you spoke, it's a conical instrument. It is pitched differently. What is your feeling toward, alternate fingerings? Because I've had a lot of teachers being like, okay, if you find a section with the piccolo, it's just naturally not going to work that well. Again, like you were speaking with the top G sharp, with using long fingerings. Like
G sharp?
A flat.
A flat.
using the long fingering because I'm dropping right hand 2, 3. I know there's a really good book, I think it's called The Complete Piccolo, that has like a bunch of alternate fingerings for like every note. What is your take on like using alternate fingerings versus just changing those little aperture and embouchure muscles to adjust the pitch manually?
It depends. It depends. For first, I try to play with a traditional fingering when I have the technical passage. As I said during the lesson, sometimes it happens that I have a new piece in the orchestra. I have to play it in 2 days. There's terrible passage, and then I have to play without. I have 2 days to practice,
Right.
not a lot. And so sometimes I can find a good alternative fingering for that. But generally, I recommend my students to play with a normal, traditional fingering. You have time for practicing every day, and then you can sure that it is a great gymnastic for your finger. For the intonation, it's a bit different. For example, most of the piccolos has the C sharp of the second octave, a little flat. When I have a melody, I don't want to adapt, to change the direction to have the right pitch. So, for example, I play the 2, 3, 1, 4 all the time. It is better. Sometimes the F sharp of the third octave is very hard, and you have to play pianissimo. So I play with this fingering. But I have to compensate. This is a sharp, so I have to compensate to play in tune with my embouchure to correct the intonation. It depends. It depends. As I said, there is not the laws written from the God about that. Try it. And sometimes, there are a lot of brands, the flute brands. But I think that now, quite all the flutes has quite the same scales. Yes, some details are different, but basically it's the same scale. In the piccolo, not. And I play Branham with the flute, but my flute is broken. I can take a Muramatsu, and maybe that is good. But I cannot play another instrument immediately without time for adaptation and so on. So any instrument is different. Find your way. I tell you as a student. I tell my student what is my way for that. But I encourage my student to have their way for with their instrument. Even I don't suggest a brand. This is my piccolo, but maybe that you are searching for another idea of sound, other colors, or other. You want not to be a very professional piccolist because you are very good with the flute, and you want to take the piccolo only occasionally, and so probably you need even a less higher, less good piccolo in the quality of the sound, but more easy. This is an intelligent way to.
depends.
Thank you.
What about in your publicity photos? You have this the low C.
Yeah.
Piccolo. What
Yeah.
kind of piccolo?
I collaborate with the Nakahara for the Nakahara Mini. And in my photo, I have a Nakahara Mini in my hand. You know, I wanted to tell you the story about the Nakahara Mini. I meet and I have met Kanichi Nagahara during the James Cole Festival in Switzerland. And one time chatting with him, I said that Kanichi, I think that the Piccolo need a new turbal boom for the Piccolo. New turbal boom. Why? Because of the turbal boom, we have only the fingering. The other solution for the flute was not. The flute has the same geometry of the Baroque. The Piccolo has the same geometry of the Baroque flute, and a lot of compromission for that, and so the scales is not so good, and the Piccolo as good as in the flute. After 1 year, Kanichi gave me the first prototype of it, and I have this in my home. And then the first prototype of a Mini is a cylindrical with a lot more space, the bore inside is very large, so the sound is very deep, and of course the head joint is conical exactly as in the flute, so you can go down until the B is not the low C, the low B, the low B, and it is a great instrument for the solistic use. The colors could be very different. You have a lot of colors and so on. I know that Kanichi is still working on it, improving and so on. And I'm sure that it will be a very important addition to our instrument.
How's the pitch?
It's good. You know, it is very easy. No, it is not easy at all. But it's quite easy to take to make an instrument imitating another existent, and you can improving and so on. Starting from the zero, it is much more difficult. Now the pitch of the instrument has as in the flute, the C sharp, it is not perfectly in tune, even on the flute and so on. But the skill is in the last production is very good.
What's the response like in the third octave?
Sorry.
What's the response like in the third octave?
The response on the third octave, you mean of the Mini? You mean?
Yeah.
Yes, it's good.
Oh.
It is good. You have the Nagara now has different style of joint.
Mm-hmm.
You have to choose it carefully. But I'm satisfied with my Mini.
I don't know if this is helpful, but I actually play one.
Ah, you have. Oh,
So I don't know if it's helpful.
oh yeah, it's better. I can choose.
Yeah, can you hear it?
Okay, you can see.
Wow.
If you compare the Nagara Mini with the normal Piccolo, you can see immediately the difference of a dimension. The length, even the exactly.
The tone holes are also really, really big.
No? So a lot of more as can I play?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. This is not my.
even that is immediately you can hear the difference of the sound and so on. It has not a E mechanism, so the E it is a bit harder than normally, but it is very good. It is very good. Even I like this.
Well, thank you so much for a wonderful talk.
I have to thank a lot the Youth Center of New York. Phil, the honor is not here, but
He's watching on Facebook right
oh, ciao Phil. I'm very, very happy with this masterclass and your staff. Thank you so much.
now.